Hi and welcome to a new episode of Geek Lunch Meat. As always, I'm your host Chris, bringing you the latest news and reviews and whatever else takes my fancy. Thanks everyone who has subscribed within the last week. A little flurry of subscriptions, which has been fantastic. If you've not already subscribed, if you could do me a massive favour, just hit that subscription button, which will be fantastic. This helps the channel out, and yeah, I will love you forever. If you could, that'd be fantastic. First of all, kicking off this week then, bit of news. What we've got main news this week was probably the Eternals trailer dropping, the latest MCU movie, which is coming out November the 5th. Trailer looks great. I'll drop a link to it, as always, in the description below. I mean, we've got Salma Hayek, Angelina Jolie, Gemma Chan, Kumail Nanjiani, and Game of Thrones alumni Kit Harington and Richard Madden amongst the huge cast. And the thing strikes you most when looking at the trailer is, although it's this next big epic MCU movie and sort of really kicking off the next phase and the whole sort of more cosmic stuff coming into it, is that it looks much more like a sort of independent movie. Obviously, it's directed by Chloe Zhao, hot off her Oscar win for Nomadland, and it's got that. It's got that more sort of independent, sort of indie vibe to it, which is great, which is quite a distinctive look. I mean, I've no doubts where they'll end up being a massive CGI battle towards the end, as most Marvel stuff does. But yeah, no, it does. It's got a different look. It's looking great. It's I don't know much about Eternals. I've not read the comics, but obviously the trailer tells you they've been on Earth for 7,000 years. They were put here to sort of guide mankind, to protect it from the deviants. And it's great. Well, this guy is fantastic. He, you might recognise him. He's first seen in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, when the Collector's telling the story of the Infinity Stones. I think he's one of the Celestials, and it's all the big cosmic part of, say, of the Marvel universe. This will tie in with Thanos and presumably going forward. Obviously, we've got is it Kang the Conqueror, as we've seen via Loki, and he's going to crop up in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and going forward, he's there's the whole multiverse and this idea of the bad guy, and also presumably leading in eventually to Galactus, seeing as this towards the end of this phase, we get in the Fantastic Four movie that they've already announced, which. Yeah, Galactus is a Fantastic Four sort of go hand in hand, maybe even with the Silver Surfer cropping up at some point. So yeah. So that's November the 5th. That is coming out. Also, some other Marvel news. Only, I mean, everyone knew it was coming. Anthony Mackie looks like he's signed up for Captain America 4. That was all the details at the moment. I say it's not really unexpected, I imagine. Yeah, Bucky will be turning up in it as well. But yeah, that's not going to be for a while, because they've announced all the sort of the movies coming up in the next phase, which is going to take us up to sort of the end of 2023, even going to 2024. So it's going to be a while before we see Cap 4. But obviously, carrying on from the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show, obviously where we see Falcon basically become Cap. Yeah, that'll be going forward. Oh, we also got I mentioned last week we had the trailer for Why the Last Man, the new series that's coming out based on the graphic novels where everyone with a Y chromosome on the planet drops dead except for this one guy and his monkey. And I said, well, it was coming to FX on Hulu in the States. It has been announced this week. Yes, in the UK it's hitting Disney Plus, as I suspected it would. Because we seem to get a lot of the Hulu stuff come straight to Disney Plus. I think they own Hulu, I believe. September the 23rd, it's coming. 3 episodes. They're dropping straight away. I don't know how many episodes are in the show, but yeah, they're dropping 3 straight away, and then presumably 1 every week afterwards. But that's something to look forward to. Also, the trailer for Star Wars Visions. We've got the final trailer. That's hitting September the 22nd. That's coming to Disney Plus as well. Obviously, this is the new anime anthology series. 9 stories told by different anime studios. It looks fantastic, visually. Lots of different styles. Obviously, these stories aren't really going to be canon. You can sort of imagine a fanboy cries straight away, trying to wrap their heads around how these stories fit in with continuity. It's like, I don't think they're going to. say some look really nice. So I reckon it might be a little bit hit and miss, like the other anthologies we've had. Was Love, Death and Robots, the Netflix series, where some are like, some are just some are really sort of quite hardcore, and some are just sort of quite whimsical. There's a few I'm not a massive fan of, the sort of cutesy anime, which there appears to be some of, but then there's a black and white looking one that looks like very samurai-ish with Jedi, which looks fantastic. So yeah, I'm sure there'll be something for everyone. Say September the 22nd, that is hitting. Also, what else this week? That's probably about it news-wise. There's not been a lot going on this week. What have I watched? Going back to Marvel, what if their anime series they've got running? Not really, just animation series they've got running at the moment, and looking at different, sort of taking the multiverse idea and looking at different takes on the MCU. This week's one, the second episode, was particularly good. I enjoyed the first week's one where Agent Carter became basically Captain America instead of Steve. It sort of did a very much what if this person became Captain America instead of this person, and then sort of followed the storyline of the first Avenger movie, sort of similar to including her sort of not her being sort of thrown into the future, as it were, instead of being frozen in ice. Obviously, she goes for some dimensional portal and basically comes back, and time has passed, and she's now in the future. Whereas this, the second episode, completely sort of different spin. Instead of just saying, "Oh, well, what if these people change places?" You've got T'Challa gets picked up by the Ravagers instead of Peter Quill, and becomes Star-Lord, and it's great because then he sort of changes the whole sort of MCU sort of future storyline going forward, because he, instead of Star-Lord, obviously, the way he is in the movies, he's sort of in it for himself. Whereas he's sort of trying to unite the people and bring peace to the universe. It's very poignant. It's one of Chadwick Boseman's last ever performances. And there's a beautiful dedication to him at the end of the episode. So yeah, it's great in that respect. But yeah, some of the stuff it does is brilliant, because one of the funniest things it does is he's convinced Thanos to not knock out half the kill off half the universe, and he's sort of become a good guy. He's on and he's on their side. There's some really funny bits though. They're at a party, and you can Thanos is talking to some guy in the background as the sort of camera goes past. You can hear the other guy say, "Well, that sounds like genocide to me," and he's still trying to he's still trying to push his idea of wiping out half the galaxy on people. Really great. Just some really funny stuff where they go to see the Collector. Howard the Duck, Seth Green reprises his role from the little the end credit cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy, and it made me really think, I'd like to see a Howard the Duck movie chucked in, or even do something on the Disney Plus, do a TV show if he doesn't stand up to a whole movie. Would be great. Yeah, great fun, really good. What if that is, say, episode 2. So they're dropping every Wednesday. I'm not sure what next week's one is, but looking forward to it. Really interesting, really funny stuff, that one. So give that a go. And brand new Cherry Flavour I watched. That's 8 episodes on Netflix. You can just binge the whole lot. It's a very strange show. It is. It's Rosa Salazar, who probably best known Alita Battle Angel. Obviously, she was mostly CG in that, and Catherine Keener's in it as well. Rosa plays Lisa Nova, this sort of young budding film director. She's made a short film. She goes to Hollywood to try and get it made into a big budget feature that she wants to direct. This is in the early 90s, and it's the whole sleazy Hollywood thing. She meets up with a producer who unfortunately turns out to be a Harvey Weinstein type, who then, when she spurns his advances, he absolutely just betrays her, and he said she could direct her own film, and then obviously pulls that out from under her, and actually physically abuses her at one point. He's just an absolute sleaze bag. So she goes to see Borrow, this who's as a witch, basically, to put a curse on this producer. And things go on from there, and it gets crazier and crazier. And obviously, all of these things, there's always a price to pay when dealing with curses and things like that. So yeah, really loved it. It's not for everyone. It's quite bloody and violent, blood magic, sex magic, all that sort of sleazy stuff going on. The vomiting of kittens happens a lot in the show, and particularly if I know there are people out there who don't like anything to do with eyes. I know my wife is one of those people, and there's a lot of eyeball stuff, unpleasant stuff happening to people's eyeballs that goes on. So yeah, just to warn you if you're not a fan of that, there's plenty of that. Yeah, obviously, definitely not one for the kids. Yeah, one of the best things I like the fact a lot of these shows sometimes when it's dealing with magic and curses and sort of mysticism, it's all is it real? Is it not real? And they're keeping it a secret and all this. Whereas this is very much a sort of she goes to see a witch and the witch puts a curse on him, and then everyone sort of just accepts. Oh yeah, she's put a curse on him, and and which is what I like. Where it's sort of all out in the open, and instead of people sneaking around, and you think, oh, you realise something was up or going on. It's out there, and you just have to accept it. It looks great, and the sound, it's got a Dolby Atmos track. If you've got a sound system capable of playing Dolby Atmos, this demon thing with weird eyes and chattering teeth that crops up from time to time. The sound is he's got freaky noises, moans that he makes and moves all around your soundscape. Very effective. So yeah, that is Brand New Cherry Flavour. I must admit, having binged all 8 episodes, I don't know why it was called Brand New Cherry Flavour. I may have missed it. I don't think I did, but it is based on a book, so I'm wondering if there is some stuff in the book that explains that. If you've read the book, drop a comment below and let me know why you think it's called Brand New Cherry Flavour. That'd be great. Yeah, that's about it for this week. So yeah, if you can hit subscribe, like the video, it helps us out a great deal. And that's about it. So take care, and until next time, eat, geek, and be merry.